Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at this chart right here, brought to us by BrickTap, which is just a massive chart full of Lego sets from various Lego themes and when exactly they will be retiring. We do a video like this every so often when new retirement dates for Ninjago sets specifically are announced. Of course, we are very Ninjago focused here, and obviously every Lego set retires at some point, and in the case of some Ninjago sets, I'd say some of these are definitely worth getting before they retire at the end of the year, and we do have some updates surrounding sets that literally just came out, or in some cases are still coming out depending on where you live, and when those sets will retire too. So obviously, nothing too crazy going on here. Just figured I would make this video just as a quick little heads up. Hey, if you're planning on getting certain Ninjago sets at some point for your own collection, you might want to pay attention to when they retire, just so you're not paying ridiculous aftermarket prices or whatever. So let's start up at the top. We have a set retiring next month, the Kai's Source Dragon Battle. That's that ridiculous little 4+1 from last year. Doesn't really matter. Otherwise, we do have the Ninjago City Markets, which I do think is an important one to focus on here. That's retiring at the end of the year as well. So obviously we had the Ninjago City Gardens, which just retired at the end of 2024 last year. So that's been out of circulation for about 6 months. That was actually on store shelves for almost 4 years, if I remember correctly. Didn't that set come out in 2021 for the 10th anniversary? So the Ninjago City Markets retiring maybe 2.5 years, I think, after its launch is not, as impressive, and this is actually retiring at the end of this year. So if you still have not yet gotten the Ninjago City Markets, might want to keep an eye on that one. That's supposed to be retiring at the end of this year. A lot of these other sets that are retiring at the end of this year is a lot of Dragons Rising Season 2 stuff, so early 2024, even mid 2024 stuff right here, and in the case of some stuff, 2025 sets here, like the Dragonian Storm Village and the Ras and Aaron Super Storm Jet. Both of those we've already talked about before, being sets that were released this year that are already retiring. But a lot of the Season 2 stuff and, all of that good stuff, Part 1, Part 2, is retiring at the end of the year. Might want to keep an eye out for some of these. I would recommend at least grabbing the Dragonstone Shrine. I know that set's been on sale for a while on places like Amazon. I've seen it go for as much as half off. Obviously, Cole's Titan Dragon Mech is one of the best Ninjago mechs ever. Would totally recommend grabbing that one. Source Dragon of Motion, that's a good one to get to. And also, if you do not have Egalt, you might want to pick up Egalt before the end of the year to go along with Rontu, who is actually releasing this summer, and in some corners of the world, Rontu is already out, so do with that what you will. In terms of a lot of the Season 3 stuff, we are pretty much looking at interesting retirement dates for some stuff. Thunderfang, Rontu, the Mech Dragon Rider, the combat vehicle, Jet Mech Temple Bounty, all of those are retiring July 31st, which I think is kind of bizarre, and more specifically 31st of 2026. I think that's kind of weird because some stuff, some Ninjago sets that were released before that are actually retiring after that, like a lot of stuff from Season 3 Part 1, like the Ultra Combiner Mech. Are you telling me that the Ultra Combiner Mech is selling better than Thunderfang? Are you telling me the Arc Dragon of Focus is selling better than Thunderfang? And why is all the recent summer stuff set to retire in July of 2026? Now, these dates could always change, and in a way, I hope they do. Then again, this could be final. It just kind of depends. I do think for some of these sets, again, like Thunderfang, maybe they'd want to hold out until December 2026 to get rid of Thunderfang. Seems like kind of a weird choice, but then again, that's just my opinion here. We do have some stuff retiring in December of 2026 here, so about a year and a half from now. A lot of Season 3 Part 1 stuff, even a Season 2 set. Apparently Kai's Elemental Fire Mech sold pretty well. Kai's Ninja Race Car Evo is a Ninjago core set. that is still on the market, and it's set to still be on the market for another year and a half. That is crazy. I still have that set in stock at my local Target even. So apparently that set's been doing well. I mean, it's a small little Kai race car, so who knows? But obviously some other stuff here. The Fire Knight Mech and the Guardian Dragon, both of those are for Ninjago Legends. I feel like both of those, when it's all said and done, are going to be pretty popular sets. Those are not retiring until the 31st as well. Then we have some interesting ones here. The Ninjago City Workshops is not going to retire until the end of 2027. Some of these retirement dates are crazy, man. So 2027 for the Ninjago City Workshops. That makes sense. I mean, obviously, you know, the Ninjago City sets, like we just mentioned with the Gardens, those stay around for a while. So not surprising there. Then again, we have these two sets, Lloyd's Pullback Race Car and the Ninja Spinjitzu Temple. The Ninja Spinjitzu Temple is that one new 4+ set that has like 4 incomplete versions of the Stormsuit Ninja. I think it's Zane, Kai, Lloyd, and Nia in that set. Lloyd's Pullback Race Car is also a crazy one to have on shelves for this long. 2028, these are supposed to be retiring. December 31st, 2028. That is nuts. You know how long that is from now? Just to put it into perspective here, if Ninjago continues its, the same pace that it's been releasing Dragon's Rising seasons, and we had, say, Season 3 this year in 2025, Season 4 in 2026, we are looking at these sets retiring by the time Dragon's Rising Season 6 ends. And we would be at this point in time awaiting news on Dragon's Rising Season 7. That is just insane. Again, these retirement dates could always change, and I do think these are very strange ones to keep around until the end of 2028 pretty much. But then again, some of these, you know, this one, Lloyd's Pullback Race Car, it's a Ninjago set with a gimmick. You pull it back, you watch it go. That could be good, you know, for its target audience, like for years to come. Same with the Ninja Spinjitzu Temple. It's a set designed for younger Ninjago fans, including 4 primary ninja. Granted, of course, those figures are not complete, but I don't think, you know, your nephew Timmy, for example, is gonna care about that. He probably should, but he probably doesn't. But still, you know, that's crazy. 2028, that is just kind of bizarre there. And, you know, some of these retirement dates, I feel like maybe the 2028 dates should have been saved for more deserving sets, you know, like Thunderfang, like Cole's Titan Mech, just to name a few, but ultimately it's not up to me to decide that. By the way, the Tournament Temple City here, just noticed that one's retiring in 2026 at the end as well. So you know, that one makes sense, you know, for it to stick around a little bit longer than a lot of the other Season 2 sets, considering it is a larger, more like collector scale set, and usually LEGO, from what I've seen, usually they try to keep those sets on shelves for as long as they can. But yeah, overall, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here, just taking a look at this chart of Ninjago retirement dates. And by the way, if you see a set that is not on here for Ninjago, it's probably already retired. Like all of the Dragon's Rising Season 1 stuff is already gone. I would say main priorities here, once again, everything retiring at the end of this year. If you're focusing on getting any of these, try to get them, again, before the end of the year so you're not paying insane aftermarket prices or whatever. But with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up for my thoughts here. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful and, you know, somewhat enjoyable. I like doing these videos where we just go through the retirement dates and talk about them and talk about which sets I would recommend getting you know, before they retire. Leave all of your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will talk to you guys again next time. Peace.